Hello. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Sounds right. How we doing? It is cold and very, very rainy over here. Yeah. Haven't gone outside. The dogs have. They weren't happy about it, but they have. But apparently a severe thunderstorm will be hitting soon, and we've been warned we may lose power. So we'll see. Maybe we'll be okay here. Oh, hello. What's bringing you by there? What's up down there? Would you like to go to bed? You want to go to bed? Go on, go to bed. Lola, go to bed. Come on. Go to bed. Yes. Good girl, Georgia. Good Lola. That was a good Lola. Hi. I see you want something too. Sit. Give me some. Other one. Yeah. Yes, good girl. Good girl. I know you didn't see what she just did, but how are we all doing? All right. You get a little puppy in the bedtime there. Lola's being a good girl there. Yep. It is Wednesday. Pupcam. Yes. Pupcam engaged, absolutely. We're starting to train her that maybe when I get started over here, she should go in there, apparently. She is hopeful for more treat. Who's a good girl? Lola's being very good. So it is Wednesday, halfway through the work week. Getting along with what I've got to get done in work. I screwed up today. So the wife, because we couldn't take him on a walk or anything, because it's been raining since before we woke up, and it's going to rain until after we go to bed. So like to give them little things to like engage their mind, you know, keep them busy when we can't exercise them. So the wife set up a couple things, and then Lola was going to be up with her with whatever she got, and then she brought a stuffle mat down for Georgia, who was going to be in my office. And Georgia was over there working at it. She was enjoying it more than she normally does. She was like kind of getting into it, and I was working on something for work, so you know, I was like letting her go. And I didn't realize that at some point she had decided she was done and was just laying next to it. And then all of a sudden I feel, you know how you feel like you're being watched? And I'm just working, and then I just look over my right shoulder towards my office door. Motherfucker. I think she does like the Parmesan cheese, yes. But I look over my right shoulder towards my door, and standing just outside the door frame, just standing and watching, is Lola. And apparently she'd been there for a minute or so. She wasn't making an advance. She wasn't whining or anything, just standing and watching. And all of a sudden, Georgia decided she didn't like that, and she didn't want her to come anywhere near the snuffle mat, and went after her because I wasn't paying attention and failed to pick up the snuffle mat. So, oops. So yeah, we can definitely, like the last one we broke up, there was just posturing and growling, no one attacked anyone. So that one was kind of a, did it break it, or are we still continuing the count from the last in kerfluffle? But this one, I screwed up. She went after her. So we have reset officially. I'm disappointed in myself. It was purely avoidable. Here we are. But anyway, it is Wednesday. We don't have new PoE 2 content, and I don't know, I was eyeing Schedule 1, but I'm looking at it like, first, it's $20, which is, for a video game, is not bad. However, I'm not going to play it on my own. It looks like it might be fun with people, but I don't know who has it or is willing to get it, who's going to want to like hop on, how much we're going to play it. Because, you know, PoE2 stuff drops Friday on stream. I have no idea. So, I haven't gotten it. What happened? I screwed up and the dogs got into a little spat because of it. I could have removed the thing, the point of contention, if I were paying more attention. I didn't. Alright, I have no idea why I'm suddenly so congested, and I was not earlier. Sorry about that. Alright. No idea what's going on there. So anyway, I guess we get into it. Here we go. And any year now, really, we can... There we go. Also, fluffer. We have a fluffer. Yep. The last one that happened, because we broke, it was just posturing and growling. We broke it up before anything happened. It was kind of questionable if we counted that breaking the, you know, restarting the timer or not. But today it was Georgia went after Lola, so it was very clearly we restart the timer, which is sad. They were doing so well. They were doing so well. What? What, girl? You hear? Do you hear her squeaking down there, chat? I can't tell how much of the dog noises the mic's picking up now. And you left? You left? Okay. Oh, did you go back? No, in and out, in and out, in and out. Okay. What? Hi, I see you. Are you being good? Is it questionable? Are we questioning it? Neat. That's awful for me in 2 ways. No, thank you. What? No. But yeah, basically back to square one. Sadly. It really dings on just the lowest hits. What you doing, Lola? I mean, no thanks. Ooh, why is it always the really pricey ones? Here. You want way too much. Yeah, that's what I thought. More than I wanted to spend at the moment, but you know what? Whatever. Are there even Pokemon cards that are like 1, 2, 3,000 or more? Does anyone know? Do they even exist? Why? Why? 17 cents. The card is worth 17 cents, and you want to see if I will buy it. What? That I don't understand people. So what's everyone up to? What's been keeping you all busy? see. All right, that one was actually priced right. That one was a little low, not bad. That was a little high. Cool, cool, cool. It was sad to reset on the puppers. All right, I think we're doing all right on this. There we go. Has anyone checked out Schedule 1 at all? I'm curious. I think I saw like 2 minutes of someone stream it, but I didn't really stick around. Should probably just watch it tomorrow during work. To watch someone stream it tomorrow. I have 58 of those. I do not need that. What the hell? Dude. Woohoo. Alright, we got big money, big money. We can turn around and sell that a bit. We can get something for that. Last night I was messing with our chainsaw because when I was trying to use it over the weekend, I could not get the chain to tighten to save my life. It actually, at one point while I was using it, came loose, which, you know, freaking dangerous. So I was taking it apart, trying to see if, like, the screw was stripped, if the housing was stripped. Like, they look good. They actually look good, so I don't know. I think it works. At this point, like, if I could just replace those, if I knew I could just replace those and it would be good, I would, but I'm looking at it and I'm going, I don't see what the issue is. I don't understand why it won't tighten. So I'm thinking of just bringing it to a local repair shop, because other than that, it works. So it's likely going to be a lot cheaper to repair that than buy a whole new one. Yeah, whatever. Dude. I wish it were more obvious looking at it what the issue is, but I don't work with them much, so I'm just sitting there going, is this it? Is it? I don't. Like, they look good. They just look like they're good. That's a little expensive. Nope. No, it's not. They are not expensive. Everything. No, I literally just repriced those. Everything there. Look, broke bitch, quit complaining about the prices. Can't afford it, don't buy it. Easy. Easy decline. Well, I'm not, that's not worth reselling. Why am I going to pay you for it? See, not a bad price, really. Okay. You just wanted to comment on the price. You didn't want to purchase the product, you wanted to comment. Okay. Random, but okay. I guess we roll with it. What do you want? Am I even gonna sell this? Here. You got 10 bucks. You got 10 bucks in your pocket. You happy? No, go away. I would not even resell that. Why am I gonna buy that? So what's everyone grinding away at right now? Anyone started mapping out what they want to do for PoE 2 when the update drops Friday? Probably should. I have not. I mean, the easy default is start a Huntress, but then everyone's going to be doing that. Literally everyone is going to be like, ooh, let's try the new class, which makes sense. Can't blame people for that, but... Aw, he found a friend. Good job, Walter White. See, this is also one we just put down. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. I already did that one. Think they're good? Think they're good. Okay. Love that he just knows that the other guy there who didn't already make a purchase is going to make a purchase before he leaves after the game is done. He just knows, so he stands there. I feel like I should probably move the playing area back here, and then I'd have more room for product out here, but then how much more product am I actually going to sell? Like, I'd have to get rid of some tables to sell more product. Definitely have to get rid of some tables to sell more product. Oof. Alright, we are making progress here. Yeah, the wind deck. It was the wind. Oh. And I'm really disappointed in the changing weather. Initially, the weekend was supposed to be, it was going to be cold, but it was supposed to be dry. And now, apparently, it's going to be cold. And it's probably going to be wet the entire rest of the week. So it's questionable if we'll even be able to make progress out in the yard this weekend. Hopefully that changes. I really hope that changes. No idea what that is. The one touch? I think it's the one touch. That looks like the one touch. Paid a little extra for shipping because I didn't get it with that stuff. My bad. I didn't plan well, chat. I didn't plan well. Let's see, rock 1, star 1, rock star 3. There we go. Oh, what? I missed that I can actually... Hello. There we go. New stuff. All right, that'll do something. It's gone there. Yeah. Nice. I forgot to order something to crack too. That's what I forgot to order. There we go. Gotta have something to crack. All right, this goes over here. Oof. Looking forward to seeing the update on PoE 2. It's always nice. See new content, a little bit of a refresh. All right, we might be tossing you here. You're gonna go over here. So expensive getting those licenses. Feel broke again. I just purchased that license. Oof. Alright, there's that. There we go. Got those. Hey, those are all out, so we go over here. Those are expensive. Alrighty. We'll roll with it. Saw Zenith finally finished his build. Made me a little jealous. All the updates. Good for him, though. But yeah, a little jealous. Okay, yep, those are different items. That's what I thought. They look so similar right next to each other. If the image, you can't tell what goes on what shelf there. If they ever get empty, I'm screwed. I'll be screwed trying to restock that. Hey, there we go. Oh, I noticed Twitch updated its terms of service again today. Did anyone actually have a chance to read that? Like, there's never a summary section that actually says, here's what's changing, is there? It's literally like, here's the entire terms of service. Go ahead and read the whole thing. And you tell us if you see anything different. I really hate that there's never a summary. Never like, hey, here's what changed. Here's the new thing you're agreeing to. Like, can't you just summarize? No one can summarize, really. I mean, what did that actually register me as? Like, when you filled that out, what was I registering as other than your family? Okay, so we've all it's done is officially report to the Italian government that you and I are married. Which, neat. I guess that paves the way for residence or citizenship down the road, but yeah, true. It does get things. When things inevitably go to shit in the States, it does set us up for an EU move, I guess. Two days? Yeah. Those walls are so expensive. Oh yeah, where do I even want that brick wall? Oh, alright, alright. Not gonna lie, I kinda dig it. Kinda dig it. If we move, we go to the police station, apply for residency, and they'll see all of that already. Meh, okay. I really need to start taking those Italian classes again, don't I? I just need to get on that. I don't know, like the course, the Pimsleur course wasn't bad. It was just, it felt awkward that there was no writing, because that actually, writing things does help you remember things. Like I'm especially the way my brain works with words, like seeing them, like spelling them in my head, actually like they stick better that way, you know? Like if I can, I know having like written them out and everything, being able to visualize them, being familiar with the spelling and everything like that helps me remember them. Yeah, no, I've heard Duolingo is terrible. As soon as I saw your brother write that in the chat that he was going to do that, I'm like, okay, why? Literally, why? What? You just like wasting money and time? Okay. He's been doing the Spanish one for over a year. I know. I know. I know. I love how no offense always precedes something that is definitely meant to be a jab. Every time someone says no offense, it's always like, I'm gonna stick the knife in. I mean, if you actually think Duolingo is of any use, then sure. Like, okay, he's been doing it for a year. Is he conversational at this point, or what? Like, what is his proficiency? If he can still just utter a few touristy phrases, I'd argue that's a year wasted. Alright. Yes, we'll just leave them out there. Because we have too many on the shelf. Cool, cool, cool. What do you want? No. Dude. Really? No. You must have picked up something then. Yeah. I mean, if he's okay with what he's getting out of it, then cool. Then it hasn't been a waste to him. I don't own the super cheap card. Okay. Seriously, you want more than that? Here, I will give you a dime. You haggled over a dime. You need it more than me, buddy. Go away. The sad thing is that actually feels like it would be a legitimate interaction chat. Like, I could totally see someone coming in, offering up this cheap card that the shop owner shouldn't buy, and then when the shop owner is nice and makes an offer, they haggle over the most pointless amount of change. that legitimately felt like a genuine interaction. Alright, we are... I can resell that for what you want. Sure. Yeah, I'll give you 23 bucks. Bam. I can resell that, get a little more. We're all good. Oh. That's still crazy to me, though, that... Hey, new card. And an expensive card. Separate. Still crazy to me, though, that you have to set up something for, like, 3 years out to be reviewed. That's just... That's nuts. And then what? Does that passport also last 10 years like a US passport? It's also 10 years, so literally about 6.5 years, you're gonna have to start scheduling to renew it. So literally, you have to plan so far in advance to renew it. That's crazy. We got some expensive duplicates there. Money, money, money! Nope. Why, yes, I will... Oh, wait. Oh, I have 2 of them. It's slightly in your favor, but I'll take it. Helps us both, why not? No. So Detroit got hit hard and they're just behind. Hopefully they'll catch up. If we were in Italy, we wouldn't go through the consulate. Yeah. Ooh, we're getting more new ones. Let's go. We did get a new ghost card today, and it was thanks to a rando trading it into the shop. All right. Take that. You want less than what's worth. Yeah, we can make some money off that. And we can also get this new card I don't own for a chunk of change. A chunk of change. There we go. Big chunk. Alright, so since they're actually, like, applying for jobs out here, have they solidified when they're moving back to Michigan? June or July, job begins July 28th. So that's more progress on that front than they've made in a while. So nice. Well, nice, they're getting things solidified. Cool. Another new one, let's go. So many dings, so few new cards. Every time it dings, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. See. And it's next month. Hey, there's a new one. And it's next month you're going to Italy without me, isn't it? This doesn't help me. If you wanted to sell it, I could give you some cash for it, but you don't want to sell it. You want to trade it. So no. The end of May. Well, on the bright side, we'll have the fence by then, so the girls and I, we can do walkies and we can play outside. They can hang out or like grill or something. I'm sure the girls will love that. Oh, wow, you're just standing right there. That wasn't creepy at all. Seriously, that guy was just standing over my shoulder. I don't want it that badly. Dude, I don't want this card that badly. There we go. No, that's super in your favor, and it doesn't advance my collection, so goodbye. What did you do to upset the tiny one? Just hear yap, 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 yap. Wow, he dropped a bit. Okay. Not your final offer. There we go. We can resell that one. Right. Sir, he's not gonna sit down and play with you. I'll give you a second. Maybe he will. Maybe I'm wrong. Alright, move your ass. No one's coming to play there. Just move. There we go. Alright, everyone's gone. Cool, cool. Nice. Getting caught up. Alright. I need one. Okay. Couldn't remember if I needed one or two. Alright, and now one of each of the blue ones. Well, even if it's supposed to rain the entire week, at least we'll be able to get when those new legs for our furniture in the living room come in, we can get those on. That's always an easy thing. Hey, Echo, yes. We do organize here. I do. This would be so much harder if I didn't organize. There is a method to the madness here. Oh yeah, the double shelf hallway, it's it makes things real easy. I've got a specific order I've become accustomed to going through here. There are a couple things I might need to move around a bit. Because ever since it's been a while since I touched this, and when I dropped back into it off stream like last week, they had the Ultra Pro stuff in there, and I just haven't really. I mean, I've got shelf space out here. Well, let's be honest, it's not in keeping with the way I had organized it before. I just lumped it all together and then, oh hey, I unlocked this afterwards and just threw it in there. So yeah, I could clean it up a bit and have it more in keeping with what I was doing before. It involves a little bit of reorganizing. I'm not space, but my wife is. Her parents were first generation immigrants from Sicily. So that's what it is. She's the one who is the citizen, and because we've been married for so long, like I'm eligible to skip a lot of the stuff for residency. Like literally we could just, if once she reconfirms the citizenship there, because she's got to renew her passport, her Italian passport, apparently we could just kind of stroll in and I could at least get residency just like that. Now if I want actual citizenship, I also have a cleaner path, but I do have to take a language test, which is why we're talking about I should actually learn Italian. Yeah, exactly, space. That is the nice thing, yes. Right, Echo? Yep. About 60 times. You've seen so many nerds just leave boxes piled high outside. That's crazy. I mean, I've seen people do that like as a meme. Like they'll empty stuff out and then they'll start building this box fort or something out here. But it really starts slowing the game down because it's so many more things that are being rendered. And eventually, even on solid systems, you start seeing them slow down. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I try to be organized. All right, so we've gone through there. I think I need to come up. Yeah, I was coming up here. Oh man, we are going through number one, issue 1, volume 1. Going through a ton of volume 1. You would go there? Glad to hear it. I appreciate that. Actually, when I was younger, I did work in a card shop. It wasn't exclusively trading card games. They also did sports cards and sports memorabilia too. But I did work in a card shop. And I will say, this sim, it's fun, it's relaxing. It is nothing like the actual business. It is way too easy to be successful here, which is not reflective of real life. But that aside, yeah, it's a fun little sim game for sure. All right, I think that's all of them. Never got the opportunity. Local game store just opened last year. Lived here for 16 years. Yeah, at that point, you would have built it, like opened it up yourself if you really wanted to. Yeah, it's just, it's hard to be successful, and when you're successful, the margins are slim, so you're not living on a ton. Like honestly, the one that I worked at, the reason it worked for the owner and that he could open up a second location, which he ended up then consolidating them back down to one location. It started as a second location, but then they consolidated down to a single location. But he also had a distribution arm, and he dealt in high-end sports memorabilia, and they listed a lot of stuff online. A lot of it. So much of it actually didn't even make it into the shops. Like the super high-end stuff often just went straight online and shipped out to the winner of the auction. So he did okay. At one point, like he even bought his son I think it was a brand new car, through the company for, I want to say it was his 16th birthday. So he was doing okay. Yeah, it takes capital C. Exactly. Yeah, I'm not sure how he got started. I don't know if he had family money and he just threw it into that or what happened. I'm not sure what it was. But yeah, expansion is definitely hard for them. Let's see. Like in your local big city, there are maybe 20 card shops. The market is scant. Not a ton of room for growth for newbies. Yeah, exactly. When it's that saturated, like what can you offer that's going to be so different that's going to make them come to you? Like, especially as a new person, you're not going to get volume discounts from the distributors, so you're not going to be able to beat them on price unless you're willing to basically take it out of your own pocket, you know? Like, if you're willing to live on ramen in a dream for a couple years, then maybe you can squeak by doing that, but it doesn't seem like a good plan, to be perfectly honest. I'm putting, oh, you're up there. I mean, ramen's fine for a while, but it does get old after a certain point. Like, it definitely gets old after a certain point. All those card shops are still around, though. Wizard's Asylum. Ooh. Why do I feel like I've heard of that one? Why do I feel like I've heard of that one? Ramen in a Dream is what I used to live on when I was home. Well, I mean, that's fair. Like, I get it. Sometimes you do what you gotta do. Like, being placed in that position against your will absolutely sucks. Absolutely sucks. I'm just saying, I would not make it part of your business plan. Be like, hey, if I can compete if I pay myself next to nothing and just live on ramen for a couple years. Then I can build up my base because they'll like my prices and I'll be able to get more volume, so it won't be coming directly out of my pay. So I can keep the prices low, and now I get a volume discount. Like, it's just not a great business strategy. I never pulled the trigger here. I knew I was forgetting something. Got a buddy who's currently in their ramen and no dream state. So you're recruiting him to your cult. Hey, sometimes you gotta fill in the dream for someone. Sometimes they need a little push. Don't know if cult's the way to go, but yeah. When I see you've got the ads, so. Skip Turbo for 1 week and it's Jover. Yep. Turbo is great. Turbo is absolutely great. All right. I think we're good on those, so we just go to the next day. All right, Echo. Looks like the ads should be done. But yeah, if your friend has no dream, I mean, helping them by providing a dream? I don't know if cult's the dream, but gives them something, right? Oh, seriously? Did we're just tossing it? Lazy people. That is a tripping hazard. If anyone's gonna trip, it's you, not the customers. Work comp is different than liability. Although that's still, you know, careless. I didn't throw it there. They put it there, chat. I told them not to put it there and they put it there. You saw it. Getting out of the cesspool of a small town will do a lot. Yeah, sometimes shaking it up like that. Now, moving does tend to be expensive, of course, but, you know, we've got a good support system. Hey, Pop-Tart. Nah, it just doesn't really feel like there's a point. It's just like, I don't know. Knowing that all that new stuff is coming Friday, it's like, why am I going to grind this? I don't remember if did they say if it was like a league reset, or I thought it was some sort of reset that was coming where it was like it would be kind of pointless to keep grinding on that stuff. Want to hit it Friday when the update drops, but it just feels like right now, what am I grinding for? Literally, new shit's coming. Considering selling your car into your partner's bike to get the money to get out of there. Jobs are jobs. You're gonna go to school again soon, and you can't grow there. Yeah. Sometimes small towns can do that. You get in a rut, and not just you, but, you know, like the town gets in a rut. And it's hard to break out of that when, like, that's all you see, and it feels like things are so limited around you. Feels like there are no opportunities, like, could potentially get a remote job, but then the environment still has that effect where it just feels like it's kind of holding you down, right? A little bit. Playing PoE 1 and Risk of Rain 2. You know what? I haven't played Risk of Rain in a while. Do we have... I don't own Risk of Rain 2, but I've got Risk of Rain. Maybe we should be looking at that for a stream when... Do we have people who have the original Risk of Rain? I know Kyle does. Like, that could be something to do when we're like, hey, community game, what do we want to do? I mean, I don't own it, though. That's the thing. Better or not, I don't own it. Like, I'm not arguing the virtues of one over another. I'm simply stating I don't own it. Once you create a new character, you can pick the Dawn of the Hunt. So it is a new league. Okay. I thought it was a new league. Yep. Okay, so it is just like brand new league. That's what I thought was happening. Thank you for confirming. I like to hear it. New gen update of the game uses Steam servers instead of Hamachi. Rain 2 is a lot of fun, but it's very different in playstyle than the first one. Yeah, not in the market to get a new game there, so it'd be like, hey, does anyone have Risk of Rain 1? But yeah, glad it's good. There we go. Filling up the eye candy a bit. I really, truly believe that the cards in cases, unless they've changed that and I missed it in one of the updates, I think these aren't registered as being in your collection. So on those trade offers, I don't think it sees these cards over here. Which is weird, because those are the cards that someone would know you own. You know? You can pick Standard League and keep your stuff. Might have to respec your points. Yeah, but I don't want... I mean, we've done Standard League, right? I want to see the new league. I want to see the new league. Holy crap, I just filled these up and they're already picked over. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I could have pestered Kyle and anyone else who hadn't just said, hey, do we want to play Risk of Raid 1? Just to shoot the shit. We do need to get Kyle back into streaming. That's for sure. That would have been the way to go. Just say, hey, you're streaming today. We're gonna do the co-stream thing because I want to test that out. So you're gonna go live. I'm gonna click the thing and we're just gonna say we're co-streaming and we're gonna play Risk of Rain. Didn't think about that until you all brought that game up. Where were you all like 3 hours ago? That's what I want to know. Where were y'all 3 hours ago? There goes card. Let's go. If I actually have that in this case, I'm going to be mildly irate. So far, are we safe? Jack turn? No, we're not. We're actually not. It doesn't count them. Chat? It said it was new, but it is this fucking card. See? 2 of them. It does not count the ones in the display. Bedoma Engi. Bedoma Engi. Work LOL. Yes, work LOL. That is the appropriate response. Indra with the raid, welcome. Thank you for that. How was the stream? Also hanging out in TCG Card Shop Sim, it looks like. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Click those follows, say hi. Hello. Bujengasana, welcome. Indra, hello. How was the stream? What were you doing? Just hanging out, managing the shop? Welcome in. If you all don't know me, which I'm guessing you don't, I'm Kodoma, part-time streamer, Twitch partner. I am an official content creator for Warframe, but we're on a break from the game because 3,100 hours in a little over 2 years is a lot. So we're bouncing around. Been doing some Path of Exile lately, some Helldivers 2. We've been doing a lot of variety. Well, Path of Exile 2 is waiting on an update. We've been hanging out in TCG Card Shop Sim because I hadn't touched it in a while and it had some updates. So hey, welcome, welcome. The stream was chaotic. You forgot to pay some bills. You actually may have just reminded me to check mine because they were coming up due soon. So thank you for that. How long did your employees go unpaid? Go unpaid? Did they go on strike? Did they want to go on strike? Did the AI prevent them from going on strike? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, paying bills is overrated. I mean, come on. Did you go out of business? No. No. That's not it. What do you got? What do you got for me? No, we're good. But yeah. And yeah, obviously, like most of you, one of the reasons this game appealed to me, most of my life, I've played some form of TCG or CCG. I actually did work, we were talking about it earlier, I did work at a TCG card shop for a period of my life as well. And I can tell you, there are elements of this game that are accurate. Largely, it's inaccurate, but it's still fun. No strike, but you had to pay extra over the debt. Oof. Oof. Oh, speaking of oof. This is a new one we don't have, chat. Thanks for that follow. Appreciate it. Hit you with that follow too. Oh crap. Yeah. Hold on. I accidentally closed a dock I didn't want to close. There we go. And it's back. We fixed it. Let's see. Ooh, chat. It's so expensive, but it's one I don't have for the collection. Which, by the way, I am 2 Steam achievements away from 100%ing this game. I don't think I'll get those last 2 achievements because one is hitting the level cap, and I'm only like level 65, and I'm not using any mods at all. And the other one is getting the full collection, which I'm like, I'm nowhere near, honestly. And most of the cards I'm missing are the expensive ones like this one. I really don't want to pay this much. I'm really going to go, we're going to lowball them because it's still thousands of dollars and see what happens. It's a bit low, you say. Yeah, it is. It is. But you are asking for way too much. Oh, look at that. He wanted over $8,000 to begin with, and he settled for $6,600. Come on. Come on. I still spent an ass load of money when I've got bills coming up. But, you know, it's the priorities, chat. It's the priorities. You gotta finish out that sweet, sweet collection. Okay, this is massively in my favor. It doesn't advance the collection, but it is massively in my favor. So we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it. Because if I'm missing something later that I have to maybe buy off of one of the shoppers, I'd rather pay less. Would rather pay less. So mostly we've got the shop organized. I will say, like, the Ultra Pro stuff dropped when while I was off the game. And I just kind of tossed it on a shelf and I didn't really place it with how I had things organized. So we probably could reorganize a little bit. But it's pretty sweet that they got Ultra Pro stuff in here. Like, who hasn't used Ultra Pro stuff? Who collects any kind of cards, right? We all have. It was nice to see it in there. All right. There is no one else coming in to play with you. You gotta go. You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. All right. Oof. Ordering time. Yes, these on the ground are where I over-ordered. It's embarrassing. I thought I was more organized. Turns out I'm not. Actually, okay, we were just talking about it. Due today. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Why don't we just pay all before that becomes a problem? I have not been this low in a long time. That's actually kind of scary. We haven't been that low in a long time. They keep offering me cards I need that are expensive. It's not fair. Like, how am I going to say no to working towards a Steam achievement? The money's not real. There's that. How many do I need? Oh, I needed all of them down there. Ooh. I needed all of them. All right. One of each of the wind ones. All right. We're good. We're good. Couple system gate, a necromasters. That's not what we need. go. Oh, these green ones are selling all of a sudden. What? Why green? Why green? Is there an earth deck that's suddenly popping off? Are you all net decking? Is that it? Are you dirty net deckers? Someone put up a good tournament result and they're all net decking these earth decks now. Alright. Turn 3, let's see. One rock, one. Alright. Got this figurine. You. Why do those keep... Are they like massively under the market? No, they're not. Weird. Alright, we'll just roll with it. They're actually a little overpriced and they're selling. That doesn't make sense. I swear, the game, sometimes the game feels like it just hits the streak where it's like, this is the hot ticket item that everyone wants. And it doesn't matter about the price. Like, you don't have to be at a certain price point. Normally, it feels like the singles, you can sell them at up to a 20% markup. And then the other items, occasionally you might be able to get away with 15%. Most of them, the sweet spot is 10%. But I really feel like the comics, I just have them at market price. I feel like I can't sell them if they are marked up. It's so weird. Yes. Appreciate the raid. Absolutely. Please take care of you. Yes. Take care of the doggo. I've got two myself. I get it. They need the attention. And it's 2 a.m. So yeah, go get some sleep. Thank you again for the raid. Nice meeting you. Hope to catch a stream of yours in the future, but go take care of yourself. All right, I think we got everything we want. A collector's album, maybe? Wait, that you're not at. There we go. All right, we'll pull the trigger on that. Pull the trigger on that. Expensive day. Expensive day. And the restocking. Woohoo. Yeah. We'll have a good one. All right, we are... Oof. Probably should take some time and actually reorganize that. They're not exactly where I want them. Oh, whoa, we've had some smelly visitors. They went... That was full at the start of the day. What the... I'm glad I had that one on backup. Holy. Did just, like, nobody throw on some deodorant before they came in yesterday and today? Holy crap. So much. All right, we got it. The organization feels so nice. No, actually, you're over here. Down here. It's weird that some of these are just light and you can't just go like, hey, that's the same item. Can I pick up multiple copies of that item? Nope. Like, physically, these boxes, I could carry at least 2 of them. Can you pick up more than one? No. It'd be nice. No hand cart, nothing. Yeah, so there was, I don't know if it's been patched, but there used to be an optimal, well, they changed, the store ratings changed things a bit, but there was an optimal way to do it where basically they'll come in and they're going, if they're coming in the shop, most of them are going to purchase something. I think for a long time, they didn't have a specific thing they were going to purchase. The optimal thing to do was to only stock the most expensive boxes for the pack, the most expensive pack that you had of it unlocked. So obviously this one's the most expensive one in the game. So basically you would get rid of all your other stock, you would box up your tables, and the only thing that you would have on the shelves are that. And you would make massive amounts of money. Like everyone would come in, they would buy at least one of those, usually more. You would just make massive amounts of money. However, once they added the ratings in and everything, they started making it so people were, by they, I mean the one person dev team, that one dev started making it so that they were looking for certain things, and if you had the license for it, at least the dev was smart enough to say you had to at least have the license for it. They aren't going to ding you if you don't have the license for it. But if you had the license for it and you didn't stock it, they would go on and they'd leave you a bad review saying, I was told I could get this here. They didn't have it. What the hell? Yeah, the min-maxing was awful. I never did that because it just felt, it felt so slimy. I'm like, it's so unrealistic. It just, like, if I'm playing this as a sim, that's just a rat strat. All right, that's not. What's the point of that? What is the point of that? Really? I've got to min max my single player game that doesn't. The only thing I can see where it's like, okay, I get why you did that. If you're going for the Steam achievement for hitting that level cap, because you will also get a ton of experience from how many sales you make and the amount of the sales, like the dollar value of the sales. Like, I can see it for that, but it still feels so cheesy. Like, just so absolutely cheap. Yeah, it's absolutely a rat strat. Hey, Octo, yes, it is a great song. And this was... is this from 02? I feel like this released when I was in high school. That sounds right. Oh, I think it was 02. I know we did a music trivia and that was on it, and I think we got it right, so I'm pretty sure it was 02. Jimmy Eat World, the middle, yes, that is the song and the band. French says what makes sense to them is to put all the expensive stuff at the front door, taper into the cheaper stuff further in. So the guys buying the good stuff are out the door first. Yeah. I don't think the AI works that way, but to an extent I'm doing that because this is the boxes for the most expensive pack that I sell, and I've got them like right at the front, and then I've got the boxes for the second most expensive pack that I sell right there. And then we've got the board, bunch of the board games here. Very close to the front, we've got all the figurines, which tend to be a little pricier. And I mean, these albums are also, you know, not too cheap. We've got them right there. So largely, I do have a lot of my more expensive stuff towards the front. So I am kind of doing that, yeah. Sounds good, Octo. I know it's late by you. Nice to see you. Have a good one. Yeah, I have done that a bit. So you're not wrong, because that is definitely a merchandising tactic that is employed by a lot of stores that you frequent, for sure. But you're certainly on to something there. Man, if I put all of these cards on display back in my collection, I wonder how much closer I am to full sets. I've actually pulled a surprising number of ghosts. Another guy I watch occasionally, and I watched him a lot when he was streaming this. He had such bad luck with ghosts. MCM Designs, such bad luck with ghosts. It took him. He was over level 50. I forget his exact level. He was over level 50 before the game gave him his first one. It was nuts how bad his luck was. And he was ripping tons of packs every day. Every day in game, you know? Nuts. Alright, we're almost there. Come on. What you got? Are you kidding me? Get out of here with that. Get out of here. Just buy the card. And they keep coming at me with these expensive cards that I don't own. Whoa. I think I'm not getting another... I think I'm done with Racer product. I really think I'm done with Racer products. Really think I am. A little more than that, you say. There we go. I think the main benefit is near closing, you don't want the expensive purchases to leave before they can buy anything. Right, yep. Well, the thing is here, I also don't shoo people out. Like, I let them finish their games. I let them finish their purchases. Whatever. It's not that pricey. Shush, lady. And if they want to keep shopping, we're gonna let them. Isn't that the card that I just acquired? Yeah. This one's technically worth more. What the heck? I swear that's the one I just acquired from another customer. It is under 100K in cash. Cash on hand, that feels so rough. That feels so rough. French though, I think going back to the games AI and versus realism, I think this is one that's still in the game, but actually having these card tables out, even though it makes it more realistic and more like an actual card shop, each person here, whether they buy anything else or not, is taking up the space of an actual shopper. Basically, the game's going to give you X number of shoppers per day, and the more tables you have, the more of them that are going to play, whether they shop or not. And the problem with that is if they come in and they just play and they buy nothing else, your churn sucks. For those who aren't familiar with marketing terms, churn is basically getting a shopper in and out while making a purchase. You want a higher churn. You want more people in buying shit, and you want them to get what they're looking for as soon as possible for their benefit, but mostly yours. So because the AI is designed to only give you X amount per day, you can. That's why that rat strat I mentioned earlier was so effective. You could actually increase the number of shoppers per day because there was only one thing they could come by. So they come in, it's the only thing there, they get it and they leave, you know? So you could increase the number of shoppers, and you were always getting sales. No one was hanging around idling, playing games, that kind of thing. So yes, there are definitely ways to abuse the AI in this game, simply by understanding how it works. Feel like when I get to that point where I know that stuff in games, I don't know, that's when I start to lose interest personally. Like being able to simply outplay the AI isn't enjoyable for me, you know? It's just like, oh, hey, here's a flaw in the AI. Let's exploit that. Like, I don't know. It's like, why play the game at that point? Why play the game? Congrats, I guess you won? Exactly. Your store sells one item. They came, they saw it, they bought it, they left. They have no reason to stick around. Yep. Yeah, so I think when they introduced reviews, X number of shoppers would come in looking for a random specific item that you had a license to sell. If you didn't have it in stock, or if it was overpriced or whatnot, they wouldn't buy anything, they'd leave you a bad review. But then I think you get a bunch of shoppers who are just like, they're gonna go in, and they're gonna get something. They'll wander around a bit, they'll find something, maybe they'll decide to play, whatever. Like, they don't have a set directive, they'll eventually find something. And I think there are a very few per day that are just looking for a ridiculous deal to be convinced to buy something. Because I've seen a couple who, you know, it feels like there are one or two a day who will just come in, idle around a bit, and then leave without doing anything. So I have to imagine they're just like, well, you're not going to rip me off. I'm not giving you my money unless you give me a good deal. Like, go away. Just go away. You're taking up everyone's time. Like, it feels like they give them that kind of shopper mentality. All right, we're making progress. Come on. We're back up to 75K. We're back up to 75K. Progress, chat. Yeah. And now that they added customer trading, it definitely feels like my thoughts on that are much more supported, because there are absolutely people who, with the trades they offer you, clearly just want to scam you. And usually when you say no, they just turn around and walk out. They don't go shop or anything. They just walk out. So it's like, I feel very justified in my thought process and how some of the characters are given that directive. Like, I think I read that correctly. Will you do it for 20? Let's see. Will you do it for 20? Yeah, there we go. Can do something with that. All right, I just bought it here. Okay, we've got that. We've got that. Looks right. You're playing a simulation game trying to break the fundamentals. Yeah, exactly. Like, when I was young, don't get me wrong, I owned a Game Genie. I enjoyed throwing some cheat codes here and there. Like, there was a point where I was young, I wasn't good at video games, and it helped, like, getting to see more of the game rather than just the same level over and over again, helped me enjoy the game more. You know? But at this point, like, I understand how a lot of the games that I play work. I can get through them and progress. Like, fundamentally breaking the system to get more fake currency and make the situation totally unrealistic just doesn't interest me. It's an option, sure, but, like, then am I really playing the game? And it just doesn't feel like it to me. You know, if that's how someone wants to approach it, there are, like I outlined, there are a variety of reasons that, like, I could totally see it. Especially if you're going for the Steam achievement, which I am, and I still didn't do it, you know? If someone really wants that Steam achievement, they want to do it, go for it. Like, seriously. That is totally cool. You're not hurting anyone. Have fun with it, and play the game the way you want to play. You know? For this. Is this going to be insultingly low? Nope. All right, let's go. Let's immediately put that on up for sale. There we go. All right. Variety of prices on singles there. This actually benefits me. You're offering me a trade that's okay, so doesn't get me closer on my collection count, but it gives me a more expensive card, so we'll do that. We'll do it. All right, pay card. I've been thinking about it while we've been managing the shop today. I think I probably am gonna just start with a Huntress with the new PoE 2 content on Friday. I think I am. Might be different if we had more info on all the support gems being released, but without that, I think we'll just try the new class. That's my initial take. Oh, someone wants to sell something over there. I was trying to give the game a fair shake before you go and look up a guide or a cheat. It's really circumstantial. It's when Path of Exile you were solo self-found for a while. Yeah. Like, and I've seen people who make guides, you know, when they're sitting there like doing a different class and doing the run on Twitch, like the whole leveling run and everything. I've seen them where they'll specifically do solo self-found, because it'll be like, hey, I could transfer stuff from my other account that's already built up, but if you're starting and this is the first class you choose, you're not going to have that option. You're going to have to go with whatever you find. So that's why, like, every time they do a new character, if they're planning specifically for a guide, they're doing like solo self-found. If they're doing like a leveling guide, but then, you know, obviously if you're like, hey, let's look full endgame, unlock your potential kind of thing, you don't want solo self-found. You want access to the full market, right? And then there's that subclass of people who's really like, it's got to be hardcore. Like, that's how I enjoy the game. And like, I think a lot of them are hardcore solo self-found too. Just like, I've got to go in and, you know what, it has to be punishing to be worthwhile to me. That's cool. I could not do that. We've run into so many, no, forget my skill issues. My skill issues also are a big factor. But we've run into so many internet service provider issues, like ping issues. We've run into actual Path of Exile server issues that I've died as a result of. Like, my own skill issues aside, like, just I cannot imagine getting to levels like 80, 90 plus solo hardcore and just, oh hey, leg spike, sorry you died because it didn't register your dodge at the right time. I couldn't do it. You know why people like it? Definitely not for you. Yeah, you keep your stuff in your stash, and then it just moves you to the equivalent standard league. So if you were hardcore solo self-found, it moves you to like standard solo self-found. If you were just hardcore, it moves you to standard, you know? So it's like, you just get out of that hardcore league. You're not in the hardcore standings, that kind of thing. That level of punishment... There was a point in my life where I'd be like, yeah, give it to me. That point is not now. Now I'd just be like, well, I think that just caused me to uninstall. Neat. That turns the game into more of a roguelike, where even if you do die, you're jacked in terms of gear for the next character, so the grind isn't too bad. Yeah. On regular hardcore, but if you do hardcore solo self-found, then not exactly. But yeah, I get what you mean. It's just a masochist. I mean, potentially, yeah. You might be right there. I might not argue with that. All right. Okay, we're over 80k for the moment until we actually restock, then oof. All right. Orange boxes, red packs. All right, blue boxes. Oh, the red box. Is my price on those wrong? What the? Why am I selling so many of those? Is my price wrong on these? I don't think my price is wrong. Market price is 123. Normally, like, I was targeting when I set this price, it was 15% over market. This is not 15% over market. So 135-ish, 141. Yeah, I'm closer to 20% over market at this point. I'm closer to 20% over market. In 2 days in a row, I've had to fully restock all of my boxes of these in the back. So yeah, the game randomly shifts the hot ticket item. It just randomly shifts what the hot ticket item is, regardless what you're charging. That is actually I did not expect Stream Elements to hit that phrase for a timeout. You're back, space. That's actually funny that that Stream Elements recognized that phrase and was like, nope. I did not expect that. Huh. I'm not even sure why Stream Elements is actual. Why is Stream Elements moderating? I'm positive I turned that off and moved that to another bot. And also when I log into the Stream Elements website, it gives me the message on the side panel saying Stream Elements bot isn't in your chat, and it shows the Bible thump emote. So clearly it's in the chat. Why is it? I don't know. I don't even know at this point. It really did snipe you with that one. I'm not sure if it's that, if it's specifically that, or if it was the phrase as a whole. If it was all 4 words. I'm truly not sure. Like I have legit no idea what flagged it. We're good on those. The dice don't sell for crap, I swear. And they take up so much space, they cost so much, and then they just sit there. Some of my worst selling items. Those in the comics, except for Volume 1, apparently. Why am I still selling so much Volume 1? You just uninstalled TFD? Yeah, I did that a week or so ago now. Yeah, it could be the phrase. I think they do have some phrases built in that it's going to look for. Yeah. I don't know. First Ascendant has the rare distinction of being the first game to make me feel dumb for jumping on and grinding out the new content right away. That's when I knew I was done with the game. When it made me feel stupid for actually playing the game. Like, oh, there's new stuff. I should go get it. Let's check out the new stuff. Haha. Turns out if I had just waited a couple months, they'd give it to me for free and just shift the grind down. Like all the other grinds, the old grinds are easier. And we give away a bunch of the stuff you were grinding for free anyway. I'm like, bastards. You bastards. And then you just make the new grinds ultra repetitive and take forever. Only to make them easier or give them away down the road. Seriously, I hate that model so much. I will never stop complaining about that anytime it's brought up. Well, yeah, I mean, you're talking about Ultimate Bunny specifically, which was the worst Ultimate Descendant grind for me personally. Not for most people, but for me personally. But yeah. A little bit, Markov. A little bit. When you give a game money and then you feel stupid for not only having given them money, but for playing the game and doing the new content when the new content is released, yeah, it'll make you a little bit mad. I know I didn't have to give them money, but at the time, I thought they were doing a good job, and I was enjoying it. Well, 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 don't I feel dumb? The grind was pretty bad for you as well, for Bunny? Yeah. I mean, for most people, it was going to be a different one like Glay or Ajax or something like that, but those ones felt really easy for me. Like, I got 1 or 2 parts incidentally for them while I was hunting for something else, and then just getting the other 2 parts I was missing just wasn't that hard. Or you know, I got their parts within my first 10 or less runs trying to get their parts. You know, it was just all pretty straightforward. Bunny took for fucking ever. Bunny took like a full week of grinding. The Glay jail. Yeah, I remember the Glay jail for you. You swiped for Bunny? Hey. I mean, she initially, if you swipe for her right away, she was the best grinding Descendant for a long time. So she could get your account rolling real quick. Yeah, see, where I feel dumb is I didn't swipe for anything that you could actually earn in-game. I swiped for cosmetics and then grinded for all that crap. And then just watch them start giving it out and then retroactively making the grind easier. I'm like, why? What? Why? Markov. Those emotes. Holy crap, those emotes. How you doing? Yes, by the way, you should be... Well, all right. I got you back on the shoutouts. Are you still streaming? I feel like I haven't seen you pop up in my followed channels in a while. Are you taking a break again? Let me know if you want the shoutout off, by the way. Lex! Why is that? What is that fridge doing to that other fridge? I'm not sure this stream is ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready to have that conversation with the viewers. Done streaming, too much drain damage. Gotcha. I can take you off then. Mental note. Take Markov back off the shoutouts. Got it. A little bit, Lex, a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, man. All right, that use of that emote right there is one that gives me hesitation to actually making a Licka emote for Georgia. I just do not want to see someone use my dog and a series of emotes like that. I just can't. She's a sweet, innocent little thing. You know, I couldn't stand to see that happen to her. Bet. Yes, indeed. I mean, Is there a reason that we would think there isn't a season 3 coming? I know their player count has dropped a ton, but are they already giving? Nexon cannot be giving up on the game already, are they? Because didn't they just recently release a bunch of fan service outfits and whatnot, cosmetics? Just finished bonding with your Jeremy. What's Jeremy? Wait, what? I'm confused. What's Jeremy? White Lotus season 4. Oh, of course. As popular as it's been, they'd be insane not to do a season 4. Like, didn't they just break a viewership record for it this past week? I thought I read that they broke the HBO broke a viewership record with it this past week. Jeremy equals okay, you were sick, all right? I was like, is this some weird slang for your illness? Or, I mean, I get it. Like, now I get it, yes, but I thought you were sick, all right? Severance was the most popular stream show. I don't remember if it was a viewership if HBO broke a viewership record for White Lotus specifically or in general. I'd be surprised if it was in general, because I remember the Game of Thrones hype. So it may have just been like an overall viewership, like a viewership record for White Lotus, or like a viewership record for the year, something like that. I can't imagine it beat out Game of Thrones, but I could be completely wrong. Went back up with a bit with a new season 2 episode. Not sure that it's gone back to what it was before. Yeah, I thought they dropped some swimsuits. If I remember right, like even Ajax got one. He didn't get the mankini we were all asking for, but he got some like trunks or something. Another set of, yeah, it was doing something. I know Markov can't hear me right now, but it was doing something weird like that to me the other day. All right, Markov, you should be back. Yes, can you hear me? I assume you can hear me, but I'm not sure, Markov. Yes, you can. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It was doing something weird like that to me the other day too. Not gonna lie, it actually prompted me to improve my ad blocker. But seriously, it was doing something where it would start playing. It would show me it was going to be 2 ads, 30 seconds. And I was like, cool. And then it'd get halfway through the first ad, and then all of a sudden, it'd be like 2.5 minutes of ads left. You've got 9 ads to go, and I'm like, fuck you, Twitch. You told me 2 ads, 30 seconds. Where did this other 2 minutes come from? It's like it starts loading them, just feeds you something so you have something to watch, and then goes, I didn't finish loading, and then adds the other ones on partway through. I don't know. It's weird. Did something like that? Yeah. I'm glad you're feeling better, Lex. You've been able to get back to work? Nah, like the markup I'm gonna have on that thing is just not worth the effort, dude. here we go. Boom. Here we go. Twitch Turbo is great, yes. Yeah, seriously, if there are multiple streams you enjoy watching, you don't want to pay for multiple subs. Like for less than the cost of, I think, 3 subs. I think it's more than 2, but less than 3. Twitch Turbo gives you ad-free viewing all across Twitch, and you still count towards ad revenue for every stream you watch. It's great. You can still support the streams you watch even if you aren't supporting them directly. Absolutely. This is such a ripoff. No, dude. Seriously, no. Gave up on ad blockers for Twitch and you found it would randomly throttle bitrate on streams. Yeah, so far the best ad blocker I've got going literally basically forces me to reload the stream when an ad starts. And then it's fine, but it's like every time an ad starts, it just hangs up in perpetuity unless I reload it. And I haven't found a way around that. So it's not ideal. Honestly, I should probably just get Turbo. This might be worth... Oh, actually, this is new. We should get this. 65, fine. Here, I'll give you a little more than you wanted here. $5, whatever. Whatever. Card I don't own. Now I do. You were working through the end of your sickness? Oof. Streamer was pushing 6,000. Yeah, and you'd only get 3,000. I know, that's... Like, if you can... Like, if you're streaming, you should be pushing 6,000 kilobytes per second. Like, that's the only way you're going to put out a quality stream. You should be pushing that out. That's what Twitch caps you at. So yeah, it really sucks if you're getting... If you're not getting that because of an ad blocker. You thought the card game noises was your stomach? It's a low rumbly popping. Nope, it's just me clicking on stuff. Do I have a spare Giganite? I'm not sure. There's one. Do I have another one is the question. I don't think I do. Nope. Sorry, buddy. You want to sell it? I'll buy it, but nope. You sub because you want the emotes more? Yeah, I need... That's true. Like, if you use the emotes, then yes, it can be worth the subbing if you use them enough. That reminds me, I need to actually get on that, adding some more. I have not done that in a while. Lord spake, saying, "First shalt thou take out the holy pin, then shalt thou..." Oh, Monty Python, immediately I recognize it. Then shalt thou count to 3. No more, no less. 3 shall be the number thou shalt count, and the number of the counting shall be 3. 4 shalt thou not count, neither count thou 2, excepting that thou then proceed to 3. 5 is read out. Once the number 3, being the third number, be reached, then lobbest thou thy holy hand grenade of Antioch towards thy foe, who, being not in my sight, shall snuff it. 2, maybe 3. Yep. Yep. Love it. Been so long since I've watched that movie. I may need to go back and rewatch it. Oh, hi. Someone subbed to you specifically for the booba swipe, and you don't even stream any. I mean... Sounds like they need to stream just enough to hit affiliate so they can get their own version on there so they don't need to sub to you. Like, they can literally stop streaming after that and just be like, I got my emotes. Might rewatch Top Secret because Val Kilmer died. Ah, yeah. I actually saw an article that was saying, rip Val Kilmer, now is the time to watch the underappreciated Top Secret. Literally saw an article saying that today. Yeah, that sucks about Val. He wasn't that old, was he? Wasn't he like in his 50s? I don't think he was even in his 60s. He was in his 50s, wasn't he? $65. Okay, I was a little off. Still, that's not when someone should be dying. That's not really the natural cause of death age. Though if I remember right, recent pictures of him, it looked like maybe he wasn't in the best of health. I feel like I saw pictures of him within the last couple of years, and he just looked nothing like he looked back when he was Batman. Which, I mean, look at my bald and my beard. I look nothing like I looked 10 years ago, so... Really should I be talking? Yeah, 65, like, I wouldn't say 65 is young, but... The fact that 65 is the national retirement age and that's when he died, like, what the hell? Like, it is not the you should be dying of natural causes with our medical system age, but still, it's... Oh, he had throat cancer. I didn't know he had cancer. And then it was pneumonia that got him. Yeah, pneumonia can be awful. I had a buddy who had a real bad case of that. Fortunately, he got through it, but oof. Yeah, fine. It's not a net positive on the collection, but it's a net positive on the wallet. Fine. Oh, I'm not gonna buy this less than $1 card that I have 70 copies of, dude. I didn't know he had throat cancer. I mean, but yeah, those two, throat cancer plus pneumonia, that makes sense. Like, the pneumonia probably got him because his system was just so exhausted from fighting the cancer. Immune system, yes. See, we've been married long enough, she can tell when I stumble and skip a word because my brain just isn't computing. Yes, that is the word I was looking for. His immune system. She's like, his brain stopped. Here's the word. I will cheat for the streamer. Here's the word. Yeah. No, my buddy who had it, it was bad. He was laid up in the hospital for a while. He also didn't tell me when this happened, so I didn't go visit him because I didn't know. I think he spent like 3 days in intensive care fighting it. Get rid of his voice box? Oh, that's awful. I assume that was more from the throat cancer, but still. Was he a smoker? Do we know? Like, that would be awful if he had throat cancer and he wasn't a smoker. Not that it's great if he was a smoker and he had it, but it's more... You expect it more from a smoker. Like, it's just one of those things where if you smoke, it's more likely to happen. It's just always weird when it happens to someone who's not. Of course, end of the day, I'm just starting to make some cash back, and you're like, hey, can you give me a couple grand for this card you don't own that I'm sure you want? Try this. Your final offer? Not your final offer. See? Not your final offer. Poor guy. That's too bad. All right, French. This is one of the things that baffles me about the AI here. Player A wants to play a game. Player B wants to play a game. Do they sit down across from each other? No. Do they eventually look over and go, hey, we want to play. One of us should move. No. They sit here like idiots. Forever. Forever. Go home. Go home. Apparently the wife is doing some training. This is Lola, for anyone who's not familiar. One of our two puppers.
She won't let me take her outside, and she's growling at me.
Oh, you're trying to lure her outside. So we're not doing training. She is running away because she doesn't want to go out in the rain. It's been raining all day, chat. She hates the rain. Come on, Lola. Come on. All right. Come here, Lola.
She's gonna bite you.
Come on.
Let's go. Go.
I would recommend picking up the bed and taking her in it. Here you go. All right. So the wife attempted to pick up the bed with her in it, and she went darting out of it to me for protection. That was her mistake, because I immediately picked her up, and because she's 4.5 pounds, and handed her to my wife. So guess who's on her way outside in the cold wet? That would be both of our girls. Waiting for their friend, but they didn't show up. Sad business. Yep. Silly dog came in here for protection. Mama's gonna make me go out in the cold and the wet. Yeah, guess what? Papa's gonna help her too. Papa is gonna help her too. Let's see. Okay, the run on the most expensive boxes in the shop has ended. Still sold some, but not like they've been selling. It was good while it lasted. All right, System Gate 2, Mafia Works 2. What else we got? Okay, all I had to do was say into the microphone connected to my computer chat that the dice are the worst selling items in my shop. And you know what suddenly happens? I sell a crap ton of dice. Coincidence? Huh. Huh, chat. I smell a conspiracy. Oh, those are the black ones. Damn it. Of course it's the black ones. Think one of your brothers got pneumonia after jaundice multiple times? Not a fun Christmas or New Year's. Oof. Yeah. I mean, there's no good time to get it, but right around the holidays there, like that's going to weigh on the whole family. I assume the brother made it out okay, right? All right, we've got red, blue, and white. I guess we'll order. And then they'll just sit there forever, but we'll order them because they finally sold. Let's see, bet 1, or 2, or 3. There we go. Should be good on that. All right, fine. I will drink, Lex. She probably missed that because she is taking the dogs out right now. And she'd probably be like, at this point, annoying, because the stream, since I swapped off Warframe, isn't bringing in much, and it makes it hard to do things on certain days, which is why, hey, the viewership wasn't better on Sundays. Sundays used to be my best viewership after I changed my schedule up. But then Sundays weren't pulling in any better viewership than weeknights, so at least I opened up weekends for her so we could do stuff. Always leaving us. Well, the girls needed to go out. It's been raining all day. We have not had a single accident with Georgia since we adopted her last year. Lola is a sassy little piece of work, and we'll go in the house if she doesn't like the weather outside, if we don't force her to go out regularly. She will try to get away with that. She's good if we stay on her and make her go out and do something, but she doesn't tell us she needs to go when she doesn't like the weather. So her answer then would be sugar mama. So, I mean, technically, her hourly rate is better than mine, but she also works part-time and I work full-time. So it is a 2-income household, okay? We both contribute significantly to our income. Lex, she's not a sugar mama. It's just the stream is more of a, for fun, hang out with the community thing rather than a source of income. That's all. That interferes with some things she wants to do on occasion. She's my sugar. I mean, when the overtime was available last summer and she was picking that up, it was nice. I'm not gonna lie. It was like 2 or 3 months of just consistent overtime at a good rate. Ooh. It was basically Michigan cost of living elevated to California pay for skilled labor. Oh, that was nice. Hope I get back in the groove with Warframe again. What's a yikes? No, that goes in the right direction. I promise that goes in the right direction, Lex. Michigan cost of living, not California cost of living. Michigan's lower than California. California pay is higher. I promise it was a good thing. Yeah, I know. I know, Space. I do too. That's why I've been continuing on the break. Look who's back. She did her thing. TennoCon Dream will have to be next year. Yeah, I'm going this year. But if by the time TennoCon hits this year, if I'm still not feeling Like, I'm missing Warframe. I want to get back into it. But then if they're doing the same thing last year, they did. If they do the same thing this year, they did last year, where they announced the next TennoCon right there, we're probably going to let our Airbnb go and just not plan on going. Which sucks, because literally last year, as soon as they announced it, someone tried to book the Airbnb we'd gone to 2 years in a row. And the Airbnb host reached out to us and said, hey, it looks like someone's trying to book for around the same time you tend to book every year. Wanted to see if this was your event, and if so, we wanted to offer it to you first, because you've been great, and, you know, love to have you back if you plan on coming. We're like, yes, thank you. Absolutely. But yeah, if we get to TennoCon this year and I'm still just, like, burnt out on it, I think that means a no to next year. Just sad, because it's still a fun weekend. Get to hang out with some cool people. See the new stuff. Did I only get one of those? I needed two. Oh, well. You know, it's just fun hanging out. Like, the DE staff is awesome. Just seeing how they do up the whole convention center is pretty sweet, too. Your mom is stressed. You feel bad because you can't do anything to help. Landlord is an ass. You just had to ask her to pay for almost 1K to fix your car when you already have a pending loan with... Ooh. That sucks, Lex. Landlord trying to raise the rent or refusing to fix something, or what's going on there? You have no idea. Sitting there in yoga pants all blah-y. I mean, it's cold and wet out. Like, you just made yourself comfy. Nothing wrong with that. I've been wearing comfy pants all week, I think, actually. I feel like it's been all week. Did I put jeans on this? Not yesterday. Did I put jeans on Monday? I can't remember. I honestly cannot remember if I put jeans on Monday. Can't blame who, DE? No. I maintain, I have said ever since I took a break, and I maintain the problem is not with Warframe. Obviously, they've got a content cycle that works for them. You know, their fan base at large is used to it. They enjoy it. They've found ways to iterate on it while still being able to release that same kind of content cycle. For me personally, it just doesn't work anymore. Hoping I get that spark back, but at the moment, it just feels like going in and kind of doing the same thing for new different things that aren't necessarily any better than the things I have. Like, that's the problem for me. It's like a bit more of the same to not really change my account or do anything new and exciting and different. Like, if they brought in like huge raids or something, I'd be like, let's go check that shit out. You know, something different, something new, but it's, you know, it's a lot of iterations on things they've done before, which is absolutely fine. Works for a lot of people. They're making money doing it. Like, great. So the problem's me personally. It's like, I feel like I'm looking for something different, you know? The problem is not with Warframe. There's nothing wrong with their approach to their content cycle. Nothing wrong with it. Ready for better weather? Yes. Better weather makes a huge difference for sure. Especially when we're trying to do stuff in the yard and the weather is just not cooperating. It sucks. Vents have been broken for over 6 months. Mom makes her aware of every issue. As soon as it happens, and the landlord just doesn't do anything, that sucks. Mom got tired of waiting for her to fix it, or claiming to. Okay, so your mom fixed it herself, took it out of the rent. Landlord claims she's disappointed, threatened to evict her. So, yeah, you've been like, bad landlords always do that. Like, the shitty thing is, I don't know California tenant laws. Oh, the dog left. I don't know California tenant or landlord laws. I know that it's going to be hard for her to evict you, but also the laws probably don't support. I'm not sure if the laws will support your mom just making the fix and shorting the rent for the equivalent amount without a prior agreement in place. I don't think, again, I know very little about California tenancy laws. I imagine it's going to take more than that to evict your mom and you, obviously, but it's just, it sucks that your landlord just ignores it or says it's fixed and does nothing. Yeah. Yes, they are tenant friendly. I'm aware of. That I'm aware of. Yeah, we'll take that. So you should. It sounds like you're probably good overall, but yeah, it really sucks. But yeah, for your mom, like, on these interactions where you're reporting, if your mom's not already doing it, where you're reporting an issue, I would only go through email or text message, preferably probably email. Easier to see the time and day stamps and everything. Because then she's got this continued paper trail of neglected issues, ignored issues, like on this date, this date, this date, and this date, I brought up the issue. I was repeatedly told it would be fixed. As of today, as of the present, nothing has been done. So here, California attorney, this is why she can't evict me. Okay, she has been emailing. Okay, there was part of me that was going, I wonder if this has all been going on over phone calls, which then it's going to be, you know, your mom's word against the landlord's. But if it's been through email, that's perfect. Then your landlord is digging themselves a hole. Hopefully it doesn't come to any sort of legal battle, because no matter what, that's costly and time consuming. But yeah, good that it sounds like your mom did have an idea how to approach it, so that's good. Lawsuit landlords have 30 or 45 days from notice to fix an issue that they've been made aware of, so you're well outside that time frame. Oh, okay. 6 months? That's absolutely insane. Yeah, most places I've been, where I've been a tenant, I've had pretty decent landlords. If it took them a week to get to an issue, like, that was slow, and I still wasn't going to complain, because a week was relatively reasonable, depending on the issue. More urgent issues, like, were pretty much always handled immediately. I remember one time, there was an issue with the garage door. My car was stuck in there. Landlord came over immediately to get the car out so I could get to work. And it's not like, you know, he lived, you know, next door within walking distance or anything. Like, he had a day job. This was just you know, an extra unit that he had that he moved out of, and instead of selling it, he decided to rent it. So he just, you know, he took a little time off work. Like he was gonna go in late to make sure I was not stuck there. So yeah, there's definitely different qualities of a landlord. A lot of water and plumbing issues there. Give it all the manager special, half fix it, and then it breaks. That's just awful. Yeah, the manager special, the landlord special. I mean, you saw those pictures we had of the place we stayed at, the place we recently stayed at in Florida in the Discord, right? I think you commented on that door fix. Like, that one was just, what were they thinking? Everything in that place was just absolutely half-assed. And I mean, I get that likely the place was grandfathered in, so it not having ventilation in the kitchen or bathroom, like to the outside, was fine at the time. But living with it like that was not cool. It was not cool. Like, grandfathered in or not, that was not ideal. Oh, what the? Of course, they come up as I'm putting these cards out. I don't even get a chance to check the price. I imagine he snapped it up because it was less than it should have been. Jerk. I'm about to help your mom clean the freezer. All right, have fun with that. Glad you're feeling better. Thanks for the lurk. You keep leaving that tripping hazard over there. All right, here we go. Yes, have some light. Woohoo. Yes, don't have too much fun. I know it's hard to limit the amount of fun you can have from cleaning a freezer out. How is it that we never really have to clean our freezer? Like, we don't have to chip the ice out or anything. It's just, have modern freezer units gotten better about that? Or do we just have it nailed at the right temperature? And we go through the contents in there enough that it just doesn't develop that coating of ice. Not your final offer, dude. Seriously, you're really going to break my balls over this? Yeah, your your final offer was like 4 offers ago. A bit low. We're talking about $1,000 card here, and you're gonna dicker over $5? Really? You're a jerk, but I needed it for the collection. Absolute jerk. Go away. What do you want? What do you want? What do you... Yeah, I don't have a spare one of those. I have one of those. I don't have a spare one of those. And I do have a spare one of those, so no thank you. Honestly, that starts to happen when you, like, clog the backside of the vent so the cold air has nowhere to go. To the back where it came from, and the edges of the freezer. Oh, okay. That could be it. You didn't hear a thunderstorm? Okay. So my title was a lie. Did we get the information from the same area that told us that we lost power a few days ago? Because it feels about as accurate as that. Like, you're in an outage area. We expect to fix you within the next 18 hours. Consumers Energy sent that email, true. Yeah, I love that our power company sent us an email saying, you're currently in an outage area. We expect to fix you, and it was something like 18 hours, and we're sitting here watching our streaming service, our lights on, our heat going, Definitely feels like an outage. Yep, they nailed it. Oh, we saw that, yeah. Thank you. Every time I turn around, someone has a card to trade in. What the hell? Not having a frosting issue. Your mom's wine busted in the freezer, so she's got to clean out to get the alcohol. Ah, did she let... She put a wine bottle in there to chill, forgot about it, and left it too long, huh? We haven't... I think we came close to doing that with beer once, but I don't think we've had... I know we haven't had a wine bottle that's busted in there. I don't think we had beer, but I think there was one where I put it in there, forgot about it, and I went to get it, and it was like, that is very, very frozen. I'm going to set it out on the counter for a bit. Yeah, that's awful. Hope it wasn't too expensive a bottle of wine. Yeah. I think it depends on the amount of alcohol in it, because there's a lot of water in beer. I think you can freeze beer. Obviously you can't freeze vodka, and I think there are others you can't freeze. But beer's got a lot of water in it, and I think you can freeze beer. Now you've got me wanting to test it. Not Google it, literally test it, because we have beer to test with. There we go. We'll flip that card. Just a bottle of Stella Rosa. Okay. Yeah, it'll just slush instead of freezing? Yeah. Like, obviously, like, it's normal for people to store vodka in the freezer because it just stays cold. It doesn't freeze. I don't know. We treat most of our liquor like a typical bar. Like, we've got it stored in a little cabinet, not taking up space in the freezer or anything. All right, everyone's out of here. Let's go. We'll crack these last packs. I feel like, yeah, most of it's not... I feel like I did have a bottle of beer that was like frozen or mostly frozen because I forgot about it in there for hours. Hours and hours. Maybe the next day. Might have been in there till the next day. Like, I just popped it in there because we just got it. I wanted a cold one. And then completely forgot about it. The moment passed. I didn't want one that badly, apparently. Because it wasn't immediately available. And then it just stayed in there. Yep, that's the one. There we go. Make a couple hundred off that. Oh. Does anyone remember the TV show Chuck? Immediately this song made me think of it because I think they used it for the theme song, right? What's his face who started that show? I can't remember his name. He's gone off the rails recently. Dude has lost it. think he's basically torched his mainstream career, so he started doing religious movies, I want to say. It bothers me that I can picture him, but I can't think of his name. All right, that's going to bother me. We're going to look it up. Zachary Levi, there we go. Zachary Levi, that's whose name I could think of. Let's see. All right, we got this. What else are we ordering to crack packs of? We'll do that. Mix it up a bit. All right, green, yellow, red. Green, yellow, red. There we go. Hey, church, how you doing? Happy hump day. All right. Hope things are going well for you. Yeah, doing all right. Midway point of the week. Making good progress on what I was working on. Just gotta finish up one aspect of it tomorrow morning, and then touch base with my underwriter, make sure we're on the same page. But yeah, we're making progress. There we go. Yeah, it's always good. I feel like I've got a decent workload at work. It's not too much, and I'm not sitting there twiddling my thumbs. That's kind of where I feel like I am right now. Actually, yesterday, my boss reached out to see if I had capacity to take something else on, and I had to be like, if you asked me yesterday, I would have said yes, but today I just got X, Y, and Z on my plate. It's not great timing. And to her credit, her simple response was, understood. It wasn't, hey, we've got no one else, like, can you fit it in? Nothing like that. It was like, all right, you know what you can do. We're on it. We're on the same page. So I appreciate that. I didn't feel like it was take this or else, or it was only a courtesy ask. Yeah, that is pretty good. Now, will there be an instance here or there where it is, you know, sometimes that can't be avoided. I think I actually did take one before where it was like, I thought it was more basic. If it was a basic thing, I could do it. With what it ended up being, I should not have said yes. But we still got through it. I don't think anything came of that one, though. Because I think someone in the string had an unrealistic deadline, but they didn't want to actually provide the information we needed to meet their deadline. So I got through it as soon as I could when someone else in the chain provided me something resembling the information I was missing. But I'm pretty sure by that time we just weren't hitting their deadline. Well, whatever. I worked with what I was given. Yes, yeah, it's a lot less stressful when it's like, hey, are you able to do it? Okay, no, you've got a pretty decent load on your plate right now. Let's not push that too far. Like that feels nice, because I remember when I first got out of training and I was taking on my book of business, like I was also kind of filling in for someone who was on leave for a family thing, and my boss at that time wasn't quite, like she understood how many things I had, but wasn't quite aware of how that just wasn't feasible for someone who was just getting on their own in the role. Like at this point, if I needed to do that, you know, with the warning I had about it then and what I know now, like if I had to do that today, I probably could have handled it. But back at that point, it was just not feasible. Today, I could probably do it with the amount of warning I had, the knowledge I have now. Probably would be fine today. Back then, yeah, that was just not happening. It was just not gonna happen. Hey, Sog. So that we were supposed to lose power somewhere between 7 and 8 p.m. my time. It's now 9:30, and I've had earbuds in So it's not like I've heard anything going on outside anyway, but my wife literally just said, like in the last 10-15 minutes, that she didn't even hear the thunderstorm. And we were supposed to lose power to a severe thunderstorm, and she didn't even hear a regular thunderstorm. So I think we're in the clear. I think there's a very good chance we are in the clear at this point. You aided it? Well, thank you for aiding it for us. I appreciate it. I like not losing power. I'm a fan of not losing power. I pay for it. It's my power. I want it now. The storm? Yeah. No, I know what you meant. That's why I was thanking you. I know what you meant. You aided the storm so we didn't lose power. Yes. I was thanking you for the right thing. I followed your train of thought. By the way, happy birthday, Sog. What you up to? Hopefully your week's going well. Yes. Of course, it's always your birthday. Playing Haste. What is Haste? I haven't heard of that one. I'm a little surprised you didn't say you were playing Schedule 1. Their new game is of a few days ago from the Cluster Truck devs. Haven't heard of Cluster Truck. Okay. Clearly, you must have thought Cluster Truck was decent if you went out and got that. Damn. Damn what? That I haven't heard of Cluster Truck? I'm sorry. I'm an uncultured swine. Will you forgive me? It's crazy that I haven't heard of Cluster Truck. Not everyone knew Cluster Truck. Now you're making me. Am I really missing something like that? Part of the like that big in the cultural zeitgeist? Cluster Truck video game. It's on sale for $3 right now. Chaotic physics-based truck former. So platformer with trucks, apparently. Just realized I graduated from opening packs from the box on the ground to having a shelf. In fairness, I did that forever ago. But yeah, I got tired of the issues with that, and I was like, I'll spend a little more time to put them on and off the shelves. I wasn't going to, but I finally did. Could never stay mad at that shiny head for long. What in the... Oh, okay. So it's like you are jumping along a convoy of trucks and these weird environments. All right. Huh. Yep, never heard of it. Interesting. Haste is literally just about moving ridiculously fast through procedurally generated terrain. Just pure adrenaline. Huh. I mean, based from what just the short bit of video I saw there on Cluster Truck when I looked it up, that tracks. We did not make much that day. That is not much in profit that day. Like movement? Yeah, and some more good movement shooters, but it'll do for now. Movement shooters. I'm not going to be able to recommend any... Oh, we got a new card. Not going to be able to recommend anything. Like, I have not been following shooters in general at all, so I don't think I could recommend a good movement shooter. Alright, couple new cards in that batch. We'll take it. Let's try this. Cool, we can resell that. Fine. Whatever. Everyone wants to sell something, seriously? Alright, here's a new one. Yay, new cards. Let's see. Haven't gotten around to Ultra Kill yet, because you know it's not complete. That's fair. Like, sometimes early access is fine, sometimes you just want to wait for it to get closer, further along. That is fair. Hey, it's one we don't have. They just want way too much for it. Let's try this. There we go. Every time, even if they accept your offer, they walk away shaking their head. I don't understand that. They walk away shaking their head like they think you're an idiot. Like, how could you offer me such a low amount that I accepted? Like, they always have the same reaction, whether you make whether you tell them to kick rocks, you don't want their card, or you make a deal. It's so weird. Dude, go away. Also go away. Like the early access experience, just way too many good games that are good right now. You need more hours in the day? Yeah. Yep. I can see that. Obviously, I've been doing more variety than I used to on the channel, but I wouldn't say I spread myself too wide. Twitch metrics say I've killed my channel and I am spreading myself too wide, but that pretty much happened when Warframe wasn't part of the rotation, so hey. But I mean, I feel like I tend to do a narrower band of games that I'm playing at one specific time. Space goes KW. I mean, Twitch metrics doing anything beyond Warframe for how I developed my channel is gonna say I'm branching out too wide. Too wide. Can't sustain. But if we ignore that and just go with things streamer enjoys, then yeah. W. So Space, you still think you're starting with a monk in the new league? I think it was you who said monk. It's either you or Pop-Tart. I mean, I have to give you an offer because it's a card I'm missing. You've got to be kidding me. Both of you multi-$1,000 cards that I'm missing for my collection, so I have to give you a flippin' offer. I hate you both. I hate you both. Oh, you were laughing at me kicking those two guys out? Yep. Get out of here. What can I say? Some of these people just waste my time. And that really grinds my gears. Yeah, and that's... I feel like if I had a better idea of what was being added with all the new support gems, I might consider going a different route. I'm kind of curious about the warrior armorer or blacksmith or whatever thing, that new one. I may already have this one, but we're gonna do it anyway. But at the same time, I don't know. Without knowing what the new support gems are, and assuming that armor is still going to suck, it kind of makes me just want to check out the new class first. And I'll probably do multiple things, like maybe we'll start with her. She's not as fun as I thought, and then we'll check something else out. I don't know. Dude, seriously, that's what you're trying to sell me? You're a douche. You pulled me away from my busy pack cracking for that. Either that or Deadeye. That's true. With my Ranger, I did hard commit to Gas Arrow. Even after realizing it just does not have the damage output that you want, and Lightning Arrow is probably better. And then I never corrected to Lightning Arrow. We could revisit Ranger. And also, the Queen of the Forest chess piece is supposed to be able to drop from anywhere. It just never dropped for me. So Ranger, I could be convinced to give Ranger a try. Everyone wants the Black Giganite. You're not getting my single Black Giganite. I'm sorry. I'm not pulling it out of the case for you, even if that's a little more. I think I actually have that too. Could be wrong. Could be the white one I've got. Oh, seriously? They are just all breaking the bank today. I was finally getting my balance sheet back up there, chat. And you see what they're doing to me? You see what they're doing to me? These bastards. Every time I turn around. French says, all the new ascendancies sound great. Which interests you the least? You don't really care much about minion builds. I guess I did. I thought I looked at the different passives on the Lich Ascendancy tree. Did it really lend itself to minion? I don't remember. I thought that wasn't the impression I got, but maybe I'm thinking of a different one. I did spend more time looking at the warrior ascendancy passives. Because it sounded the most mechanically unique. But I also couldn't get a feel for how good it was actually going to be. Because only being able to use a white body armor, even though you assign a specific passive to it, if you only assign one specific passive to it, that sounds like a huge detriment. Like, that feels like just a huge detriment to the class that I don't think you can overcome. You're not sure it leans into minions, it's just your assumption. Okay. I feel like when I was reading it, I didn't get the impression that it was like a heavy lean into minions. It was like you could do it with minions, but I think it was open to other builds as well. There are definitely other things you can do with Witch, like I think the Blood Mage Spark build just clears the map insanely well. Like, honestly, that's what I should have been building my Witch towards, but I wanted to try something different. I wanted to try Hex Blast. And Hex Blast so far has just... it has not scaled up for me. It has not scaled up for me. That was the question, that I don't have these specific boosts and bonuses and what. It very well could be that I do not have the very specific duels in my tree to get the added bonus damage to Hex Blast that gets it up there. Like it could just be that. It could be that I didn't put enough currency into the build. Go away. Go away. I have 31 of those. They have not even made it on my singles rack here. Go away. We're having so many songs in my playlist. And supposedly being on shuffle, it feels like it's playing a lot of the same songs it played on the last stream. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, it could shuffle a little better. More about doing chaos stuff? Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's part of the reason my Hex Blast is maybe not scaling up as well. Like, I don't have jewels in my passive tree with the added chaos damage and one or two other factors. So that's probably where my damage isn't quite scaling. Like, I feel like playing the build more, it feels like it must require those jewels to get the damage to scale up. Prince says Blacksmith of Kitva seems really great for early game. You can get like 75% resistances super early. That's fair. Yeah, it feels like it'd be a good one for leveling. I'll be curious to see how that translates to endgame. Oh, sorry. How that translates to endgame. No, it's not pricey. It's definitely in line with the market. Shush, jerk. You do that. You go think a little. I don't want to sell you my card anyway. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. You're Infernalist, the Sparks doesn't do much for you. Yeah, if you're gonna do it on Witch, I think it's gotta be Blood Mage so you can get that crit bonus. I think you've got to be able to lean into that crit. Yeah, I haven't tried Chronomancer. Like, you can definitely do a good support build on. I've seen a really cool support build on Chronomancer. I'm not sure about like a solo build, but there was a really cool support build someone was running with us one time. Yeah, that time stop stuff. Yep. Okay, system gate 1 of system gate 2, 2 mafia works, and then 1 that, and then claim. There we go. All right, 1 of each of those. All right, black and white dice. Why are the dice suddenly selling? They will go forever without being able to move any, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh hey, look at that. People need dice. Did everyone's just collectively lose all their dice between their couch cushions at once and decide to come replace them? Oh, good one. There we go. Or they've all collectively lost their dice at once. Every single die they own. All right. Rock 1, star 2, rock star 3, pig 4. Rock 1, star 2, rock star 3, pig 4. There we go. Every one of them needed 1. Yes, we got it. Oh, hell. We got a lot of stinkers. We got a lot of stinkers. Oof. I don't buy the deodorant I sell, but I go through these deodorizers. All right, I think we're good to order. I love that it just falls out of the sky. It's like drone delivery, but you don't even see the drone, and it's immediate. Man, I remember when Amazon, like, you used to be promised next day delivery is Prime, which is obviously not as immediate as that, but still, next day delivery promises Prime. That was great. And then they stopped hitting that, and for a little bit there, you could get some compensation for it. But eventually, they just stopped promising it, and it's like, yeah, that's just not part of the package anymore. Although we've been getting a lot more of that available ever since they did open up an actual Amazon warehouse near us. Then we started getting a lot more next day shipping available. Yet the price keeps increasing. I mean, there's always some excuse for it, right? There's always an excuse. Yeah, for Prime. I know. Yeah, it just, they're slowly making it worse while increasing the price. Like Twitch Prime It was so... I was so annoyed when they got rid of the no ads feature and started giving out free games instead. They were like, well, we're giving you so much more value this way. No, you are not. I literally haven't played a single game you have given me for free. You know what I didn't appreciate, though? Not having ads when I watched your stupid platform. I collect so many games from Twitch every month for free that I do not play. Literally have not even installed, let alone opened. It's ridiculous. It's like, I don't need these. I need ad-free viewing. That's what I need. Yeah, to cancel Prime. I think the only reason we've had it as long as we have is because we split it with a friend. I mean, what? Huh? Nope. Who said that? Nope. Oh, yeah, that's getting purchased. Like, Netflix, too. Obviously not on the same level as Amazon Prime. But that just keeps going up. It's getting ridiculous. We're at the point where we're considering either canceling it or dropping down to the ad tier on Netflix. What makes sense? I don't know what you're talking about. What would I have said that would just... I don't know what you're saying. Base. I don't know what you're saying. You get in through the door, sir. That's how you get in. You get in through the door. Yeah. The annoying thing on that, though, is only the primary account can control Alexa notifications. Yeah, limited access to controlling that is fine. That's annoying. I do get the privilege of knowing when friends get their deliveries, though. Did I want to know? No, but I have that privilege. Yes, it is a fair price for Mafia Works. Thank you for confirming. I guess that would have made sense to you. Yeah, we're at that point where we're considering shopping Netflix. No, I'm joking. I was joking, Space. Yeah, I know it made sense, but it was just wait, who said that? I didn't admit to that. What are you talking about? All right, we'll grab that new card. Oh, you just want to buy something nice. Yeah, we've gotten a few new ones out of this pack, so that feels good. We haven't pulled a ghost card today, but I think we got one either on trade or we bought one from someone. So there's that. Or did they just repeatedly offer it to us for card we weren't going to trade? That could be it too. Maybe we didn't get a ghost today? I'm not sure. Every time I turn around, there's an expensive one, chat. Every time I turn around. Ugh. A little more? Seriously, sir? Come on. That's what I thought. And then you shake your head after you take my... Normally, I'd give you crap for coming with a card worth this little, but you know what? I don't have it, so hey. There's your 250. I'll give you your 250. All right, we probably... Looking at the time, it is about time where we start finding someone to raid out to. Let's save this game. Oh. Ever since they've added players, customers selling cards, holy crap, it's been draining my account. I think when I stopped playing before that feature was added, save the game, I had like 130k, 140k in the account, and this is where we are now. Holy crap. Holy crap. All right. All right. I think I see someone we can raid. Nice. Nice, nice. Ah, okay. OMG what, Mr. Clutch Pants? What's the OMG? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. It is about that time. It is a work night. I do have to get up and be productive in the morning. So we are going to find someone to raid out to. Thanks everyone for hanging out. It's fun. Friday looks like the PoE 2 update is still scheduled, so we're gonna hop back into that, check out likely the new class. We'll see what's going on there. But I do have sub and non-sub raid messages in the chat there. Gonna raid out. Actually have someone I know in real life who is streaming right now that I think we're gonna raid on over to, because they are trying out a game we were talking about earlier, Schedule 1. A lot of people have been streaming that. Looks like they're doing a co-stream with someone too. So we're gonna go check that out. It's apparently a comedic drug sim. Literally, you grow and distribute a variety of drugs, and that can have some weird side effects too. So we're gonna say hi to El Tocino Rapido. But everyone, hope you have a good rest of your night. Thanks for hanging out. If you're new to the channel, I'm usually live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting around 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Do a bit of variety lately. So mostly been focusing on Path of Exile 2. We've also been mixing in some Helldivers, obviously some TCG Card Shop Sim. Path of Exile 2's new content drops Friday, so likely, unless there's an issue with the game, that's what we're going to be planning on doing Friday. Hey, Raja. All right, but we are going to go say hi to El Tocino Rapido. So everyone have a wonderful evening. Hope to see you soon.